just dedicate this to my Uncle Bob. He was my dad's, the husband of my dad's youngest sister, and lived over in Malvern, PA, but had moved around. We had moved around a lot. He had moved around a lot, so kind of lost touch. But he had his 90th birthday, and Pam and I, that's Pam, my better half there, went to his 90th birthday party in July. And his kids all know him, and they had like a Jeopardy contest. And one of them, he was a proud Marine. He was a 19-year-old sergeant in Korea for some time before and when the Korean War ended. And he said his most unbelievable thing, there's all this noise and shelling for continuously, and all of a sudden it's quiet. Anyway, so the funny part of the story was he came back to Camp Lejeune, which is a Marine base in North Carolina, for his 20th birthday. So his buddies took him out drinking, and looking at that glass there, they poured a little bit of rum or whiskey down on the bottom. Then they said, Bob, and we need to water this down some because you haven't been drinking before. So they filled it up with what looked like water. It was actually vodka. And so when he had finished that, he said, gee, you know, I need to go home. So a couple of Marine MPs outside said, you know, this guy, we don't want him to get into trouble. They picked him up. He passed out. They took him to the brig, which is the jail at a Marine or Navy base, and they just let him sleep it off there. He wasn't charged with anything, but the question was, where did Bob wake up on his 20th birthday? In the Marine brig. So, and I'm going to have to make this fast now. So his grandson went into the Army and was at the Army's Ranger School at the time of his 90th birthday. And I said, yeah, I was at that same school 50 years ago, and the Rangers are the guys that, you know, go behind enemy lines and stuff. And so this all does relate, by the way. We were in the mountain phase in January, and it was pouring rain, about 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Been raining all day, all night. And these ranger instructors, these, you know, I mean, like gods you look up to. And the whole idea is you're supposed to be tactical. You're supposed to be hidden, because if you're behind enemy lines with a 4 or 5 man patrol and you're not hidden, you're dead. So, but this ranger instructor himself was, I think, feeling kind of miserable. So he allowed us to put up these poncho tarps to keep the rain off us, which was great. It was pouring rain. It was a pitch dark night. Couldn't see anything. Couldn't see from me to Melanie right here. So it was perfect. Well, the new ranger instructor came in the next morning at dawn, and this guy was a legend. He had gone into North Vietnam to rescue American POWs late in the Vietnam War. And he came in, and, you know, when the sun came up, instead of having all these, hey, we can't see anything, there's this hillside covered with little tarps hanging out there. And so any enemy would be able to spot us instantly. And I was standing right there. The look of disgust on this guy's face was something to behold. And he said, Rangers, we are walking out. That was the term for the students like me. We're walking out of here in 1 minute. I don't care if you don't have your shit with you or not. We're leaving here in 1 minute. And I think he looked at, so we shoved our wet stuff in our packs and walked out. And he turned to me and he said, Ranger, don't sweat the small stuff, the creature comforts. And so, anyway, the end of the boring story is, to this day, when it's raining outside, I've never used an umbrella in my whole life. I step out of the grocery store, it's raining, and at first I kind of cringe, and then I think of Sergeant Walter Miller. I think, hey, this is just a few raindrops. This is nothing. So.